Hi everyone, so welcome to our first exercise. Um, we are just going to be working with simple brushes as our first exercise. Um, we are, I hope that we can use Photoshop, but I understand that not everyone has Photoshop, so I'll do my best to explain the concept in both softwares, GIMP and Photoshop. So to start with, let's just jump straight in. Let's start by opening Photoshop or GIMP. The first thing that I like you to do is to go File, New, and open a new, let's just stay at default Photoshop size. This is alright. So click default. If you're not there, default is right here. Photoshop is very flexible. You can change the size as you want. You can make it bigger, smaller, but let's just stay at this size. Click OK. It's quite small when you first start. So to zoom in, you can simply, so this is your toolbox here. If you can't find it, you go to Window and find Tool here at the bottom. So open it and you should see a bunch of tools. To zoom in, we will have to click on the magnifying button tool or the zoom tool and simply click several times. Or the shortcut key is Z, but I find that a lot of students they get a bit confused because of the Blender shortcuts they have to memorize. So memorizing Photoshop can be even more confusing. So just stick with the tools if you think you're going to get confused. As you can see, I have also been able to zoom in and zoom out. By the way, guys, I'm a little bit sick, so I apologize if my voice is very nasally today. So to zoom out and in, you press Alt on your keyboard, or you can simply press Command if you're on Mac. So that's zooming in and zooming out. GIMP, let me open it very quickly so you know the equivalent. With GIMP, it's very similar. You'll have a toolbox open already. This, you go File and New, 640, but that's fine. Click OK. The zooming icon is here. You can just simply do that. And one thing that we're missing is the brush. You have this as well. If you click on brush, you will see, or you can't because the brush options aren't here. It's very strange. Whenever you feel like you're missing a function, again, you go to Window and you go to Recently Closed Docs. Click on that. There you go. These are your brushes. So this function, you can choose different kinds of brushes. They have custom ones. They have speckly ones. Today we're only going to be using two different kinds, the hard edge and the soft edge. And you can adjust the opacity, so how transparent it is, and how big the size is. Alright, so going back to Photoshop now. Your brush tool is here. It looks exactly like a brush, or the shortcut key would be there if you just leave your mouse. There you go. The brush tool is B. Again, they're very similar to Blender, so don't get confused, guys. B for brush. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple tonal shading. So to start with, let's go to your color palette, which is down here. And for GIMP people, it's over here. Go to Photoshop, click on it, and let's choose the darkest, blackest color you can find, which is usually down at this corner here. It doesn't matter what shade you're on, this black stays the same because it is just pure black. So down here, click on it. So you can see as you go up further, it gets lighter and lighter. We want with the darkest color. Click OK. And you can change your brush sizes quite easily by going up here and changing the size, going up. Or again, if you're good with memorizing different keystrokes, press your bracket. So the bracket, the left bracket, make it smaller, right bracket, make it bigger. So we're going to start with a very simple. You can zoom right in, press B, and we'll just make a small line like that. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, just a small line. Okay? And then we're going to go further up the color palette, going a little bit gray, and put it beside it like that. We're not trying to be neat here, guys. I just want to show you blending techniques. That's probably a bit too light. Control Z also moves back, okay? A blending technique that will be crucial when you are rendering your own character. I'm beginning to lose my voice, but I will survive. Here we go. And like that. Alright, so you got that. Now, what I need you to do is we are going to blend this. And to do this, bring your pen in. And we're going to use a different brush, which is the soft brush. So, go here and change it to soft. And click enter. If you're on here, choose the hard brush first. And do that. Go up here. Double click. It should be open here. Keep going to the right. Because see how it's different orientation in Photoshop. Basically just want, you get the idea, guys. Keep going to the right and keep getting lighter and lighter. That's a very small brush, but you probably want something bigger. Alright, so you get something like that, something like this. Yeah, it has to be this big. Now, going to your soft brush, I want you to press, after you choose soft brush, I want you to press I, or this, the eyedropper. So if you click on this once, suddenly you'll see that your color palette has turned into this exact color. See how it's changing? Now, when we pick this color and go back to brush B, you'll see that you can now lay this color on top. Now, what it does is only making this color area bigger. So, to blend it even smoother, we are going to go to the opacity function and turn it down to about 30, 37, and turn this button on, which is very important because what it does is it recognizes how soft or how hard you're pressing on your tablet. So now you'll see that it's a bit more transparent, okay? And again, if it's too much gray, you can pick the black color again by pressing I or the eyedropper and put it on top. So you see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to make a smooth gradation. Just doing this very quickly now. Brushing middle area with that opacity. So I don't want to see line or clear division at all. I want this to look like a very smooth gradation from left to right, from black to white. There you go. That. And again, if you feel like there's a faster way to do it, you want to increase the opacity or choose brush that's, softer or whatnot, maybe that will be a bit better, then by all means do that. But the smoother, it needs to be unidentifiable where the line starts, where the shade starts, and where it ends. This is important because this is what you'll be doing when you are doing your final coloring for your concept art project. Okay, so this is, I'm not very happy with this, but I think you're getting the idea. Okay, I don't need to talk your ear off. You know what I'm trying to achieve. So same with GIMP. I've made this a little bit too thin, as you can see. So I do apologize for that. The eyedropper for GIMP tool should be here as, whoop, not that, where is it? There you go. And brush is not B, so yeah, using GIMP, your short key will be different. Unfortunately, I don't memorize GIMP key, so I'm using only the toolbox. Just enlarging this area so we can see a bit better. Go, that's good. Then moving on, guys, to soft brush, maybe this one, and then just alternating between the eyedropper and the brush button to start. Again, this is too thick, so you want to turn down the opacity by going, just drag this really quickly to the left like that, halfway. You can check on pressure. Yep, it's on pressure opacity. Smooth stroke incremental, you can do that. Dynamics options are very elaborate in here. Fade length. You can play around with it, and this is something that I can't really show you. You need to discover it for yourself and experiment, and you'll find this as you go along. For some reason, the opacity isn't going where I want it to be. I suppose that's better, yeah. So you get the idea, and you can probably see how not used I am to GIMP. So struggling a bit. Whoa, that is not smooth. But keep trying, you'll get there. And see, the thing is, my problem is that black color and the gray color, there's too much difference. There should be another shade in between them to ensure that they are incrementally getting lighter. So, yep, that's what I would do. Alright, so this is your first exercise. Please follow carefully. Shouldn't take you very long, and then we're moving on to a more complex shading after this. Thanks, guys.